Yeah. First of all, I just want to apologize to our fans. These last three games in particular are not a reflection of who we are going to be this season. And to perform like that at home, it hurts. It hurts a lot, and it's disappointing. And I think everybody feels that way. And I know, our fans are coming out and they're supporting us, and I hope they continue to do that because we're going to get better.
Coach, it seemed to have been the case, at least in the last few games, that maybe some struggles in the middle of the game, and then the fourth quarter comes and the team kind of sharpens its focus. And if you're trailing, you get back into it. You get back into it late in a couple of games there in Puerto Rico. What are you seeing there that's the difference where you guys are struggling but then pulling it together later on?
Yeah, we just got to compete. Washington State was a little bit different. I thought there was a lot of moments in that game that we did compete, but Wyoming and tonight, I just think, we just never had five people on the floor gelling together on one accord, and so it's hard to do that. It's hard to play together when you're not together. So we got to figure that out, spend some more time together, and iron some things out. But it's just a lack of competing right now, not from everybody, but from the majority of the group. And I think, you're not going to win games if you don't compete at the end of the day. This was a game, credit to Auburn for, hitting shots and doing things that they needed to do to get the W. But this is a game that I feel like we could have performed way better than we did and maybe change the outcome of that game, especially being at home.
No Odessa again tonight, and also no Paris. But then focusing in the front court, you have Latasha also gets in the foul trouble. So how difficult was that to overcome just with the thinness of your front court depth right now?
Yeah, it was difficult. In the Wyoming game, we had two post players. This game, we had Tosh back, but, Paris goes out. So we haven't been as healthy as I want to be and as we need to be and as we want to be. So that's difficult, but at the same time, next woman up mentality. We just got to, execute what we're supposed to be doing. Tonight, we didn't execute the game plan really at all, and I think that was pretty glaring, and that's why we lost control of the game. But, you can find positives in everything. I thought our zone really helped us stay in it. That's the one positive, but I think we still got to work on that, and I think, we just got to get everybody on the same page and compete.
Coach, turnovers have been an issue throughout the season, and again tonight with 21. What do you think the keys are for sort of cleaning that up going forward?
Yeah, we have to learn each other a little bit better. We have players, obviously, that are new, and we have players that, didn't play a lot last year that are playing more this year. And so this is a group that needs to just continue to learn each other a little bit more, because some of our turnovers are great looks. It's not either the pass isn't on time or somebody's not looking, and some of that is just about camaraderie, synergy on the court. So I think it's definitely a point of emphasis. I mean, it's a problem for sure, and we're working on it in practice. But I think the more that we gel together, the more we're going to see turnovers go down.
There have been a couple instances this season where some opposing bigs have had some sort of big performances. Tonight it was Deanna Gaston with 23. What did you see from your interior defense, and how can you sort of prevent those performances moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, what I see from our interior defense, I mean, she had 23 points, so it obviously wasn't very good. But we had a game plan, and we didn't execute the game plan. We didn't double her like we were supposed to, and some of the things we wanted to do on her. So when you don't do that, and there's a great player, then they're gonna get theirs, and she got hers. So we got to be better. We got to be more disciplined. Understand what we're trying to do, have each other's back, things like that. So, I mean, that's pretty much what I saw out of that.
Any questions for players? Mo, Yanta, can you kind of take me into the preparation heading into this game? And, obviously you guys don't want to lose, but did you guys feel like coming back home you guys would be able to turn the tide?
Yeah, I think that we try to approach every game the same. Obviously, Coach Mox is one that hates losing, me included. I know a lot of my teammates as well. But I think definitely coming back home, we knew we were going to have the fans on our side. We were going to have the energy. And we had a game plan, and like Coach Mox said, we didn't execute, unfortunately. the game didn't go in our favor.
Yeah, I think we prepare like Mo said, the same way every game. Our preparation is very good. The coaches, they put a lot of time in the scout. I think we scout like one of the best teams that scout. And like Coach Mock said, we didn't execute it well. Coming home, of course, we had momentum. We was excited, but we just gotta be more focused, compete better, and just work on ourselves.
And then, Coach, for you, obviously conference play is starting this Sunday for you guys. Kind of, do you feel like that'll serve as a good reset for you guys or refocus heading into Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter who we're playing next. You got to refocus, you know. And I felt like we were refocused after Puerto Rico as well. So now more adversity has hit us, and we got to fight. You know, we got to be resilient. We got to persevere through the adversity because it's only going to help us in the future. Obviously, after basketball, too, learning the skill set to be resilient and, you know, coping mechanisms, things like that, and not really lay down when you hit walls or hit adversity. That's going to help them in the future as young women as they leave this place, but it's going to help us in the short term, too, win some games. So this is happening for whatever reason. I know everything happens for a reason, and we have to learn the lessons through it. And I still think that this is going to be a really good season for us. We just have to have some growth. You know, we have to have growth individually, but also as a team, and have some carryover, too, from practice, I think, so that we can be a little bit more confident. You know, I always say we get confidence from our preparation. So if we just have more stack great days in practice, then we'll be more confident in games.
And then I know last time we spoke, you said that Paris was more of a precautionary when she missed that last game. Was this the same case today?
No, Paris tweaked her ankle in practice. I mean, Paris was ready. She was ready to go. She tweaked her ankle day before yesterday, I think. Hopefully it's something that's short-lived. Odessa, we already talked about that. She was dealing with an illness. She had pneumonia pretty bad and was in the hospital, so she's got to get herself together. But she's going to be somebody that comes back, and she helps us as well. She just has to get healthy. So unfortunately, she caught an illness, and she'll be back.
Just Mo, in the last 4 minutes there, you had a nice three-point play to cut the game to 3 points. What did you think was the difference in the final 4 minutes of the game?
Our intention. I felt like we were doing a lot of things with a purpose. We knew it was crunch time and we knew we had to lock in, but that can't always be the case. I know he said that in most of our games we have a good strong middle to end, and then the fourth quarter we start like fighting, but it's got to be for 40 minutes. So.
Same thing for you, Coach. Just the last 4 minutes there, what did you think was the difference?
I mean, I agree. At that point, it was we're running out of time. You know, we gotta press. We gotta get our energy up. We gotta value the possessions. I think, you know, during the game we just had so many possessions where we didn't value those possessions. Obviously, with 21 turnovers, but then even just blowing up offensive sets and not running them right, or, you know, not guarding a person a certain way that we wanted to guard them, or whatever it was. There was just times that we just didn't value those possessions. And when you get into crunch time and you're putting your last push out there to try and win the game, of course there's going to be energy, you know, but we have to feel that way. We have to feel that urgency from the tip.
Coach, you had some success with the full court press there in the fourth quarter, forcing a couple of Auburn turnovers and also just getting them out of their rhythm a little bit offensively. Is that something you can do more in the game, and is that something that you kind of have to wait to implement more once you get your whole complement of players back?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's games where we've done it a lot, you know, and there's games where we haven't done it as much. I always try to take in consideration our legs and can we do it? You know, coming off of 3 games in Puerto Rico, I knew we had a little bit of tired legs, not an excuse at all. So if we tried to press earlier, would we have energy to finish? Basically is what I was weighing in my mind. So we were trying to sprinkle it in, and hopefully we could, you know, with the zone, we slow down their offense, and then we capitalize and score on the other end. But we just were having a hard time scoring after we got stopped. So it just got to the point where we had to press at that point to try and keep us in a position to win the game.
Yanta, these last 4 games have been really close. What lessons are you taking from them into the Boston College game?
I would say our last 4 games, I feel like they've been close because we haven't been focusing on our controllables. We got to control what we can control, our effort, our energy, just doing what we know we can do, preparing, like we prepare well, executing the scout. If we do that, I think the games wouldn't be so close. So just taking that into Boston College, the focus, the energy, our controllables, just doing that, I think that'll help us out for Sunday.
Thank you.